Nepal's youth took to the streets, students in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka had already shaken their governments. Back in 2024, Bangladesh witnessed a massive uprising. Whatever for? Because of this controversial job quota system that allowed a third of civil service jobs to be allocated to relatives of veterans. The system was increasingly used as a political tool by the ruling party to favor its affiliates, excluding a large majority of students from gaining decently paid civil jobs. This explains their high unemployment rate. So of course, people went on to protest, but only after they demanded for reform and the government refused. Things escalated fast. Protesters broke into the Prime Minister's residence, looted it, and even took her kitchen sink. The pressure became too much, and eventually, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resigned. But the cost was devastating. Over 1,000 people were killed as a result of the government's violent response, which included shooting to repress protesters. In Sri Lanka, protests erupted way back in 2022. Why? You guessed it, the government. An economic crisis had hit the country. There were power cuts, major shortage of fuel for buses and trains, and a 50% increase in inflation. The crisis was so bad that the government owed $51 billion and had to rely on the International Monetary Fund. This sparked protests and demonstrations that lasted for months. Protesters even stormed the presidential palace, swam in his pool, and took everything from his bed sheets to his books. This left President Gotabaya Rajapaksa with no choice but to also resign and conveniently flee to Singapore. But did Bangladesh and Sri Lanka get a happy ending? Not exactly. They may have toppled down their leaders, but poverty, unemployment, and violence still remain. Which brings us back to Nepal. Will the people see real change after the protest, or end up facing the same fate as Sri Lanka and Bangladesh?